Get ready to get tuned in to Talks with D.Blaze and your girl, Miya Janae. In 5, 4, 3, 2.
What's going on?
Get tuned in to Talks with D.Blaze and Miya Janae. We're going to get into talking about goals today. Setting them goals and sticking to a plan of action for the goals that you're setting. So D.Blaze, what's a goal or some goals that you may have set for yourself, and how'd you go about setting them goals up?
Well, you gotta stay positive. That's one goal of mine. Staying positive, and to keep that goal maintained is you gotta keep all negative things away, even negative thoughts. You can't even let that happen. You always gotta find a positive in everything.
What's some negative thoughts that the typical negative thoughts that people always get into?
You know, like it's the little things. The little things amount to bad, well, to bigger things, like traffic. You know, driving, or that light changed too quick. Just little things like, oh, they skipped me in line, or they charged too much for milk, or they charged too much for this, or when you get your taxes and you didn't, get what you want back. Just things like that, or your phone not working. Little things that they build up to the big negative, and then all of a sudden you become a negative person. Then nobody will be around. Well, I can't say that because misery loves company.
Misery does love company.
Yeah. So,
well, talking about setting goals, I say one of the first things is when you have an idea of what it is that you want to do, you gotta write it down. And I don't mean take out no little piece of scrap paper and write it in a line. You need to get you a big sheet of paper or a poster board, something that you can put up on a wall. Write it down. Write down what it is. Write down. You need a time frame. What's a good time frame to set a goal? And it does depend on the goal. If it's a big goal where you need multiple steps, 3 months to 6 months to a year, just depending on what it is. You got them long-term goals, them short-term goals. So you got to figure out what category does your goal that you're trying to reach, what does it fall in? What category does it fall in?
You can say that. But things are going to happen. Like you're going to get some pushback. Okay? It's going to happen. Expect it.
You're right. It's going to happen.
Expect it. So everything's not going to work the way you think it's going to work when you're trying to set a goal that's different or out of the ordinary, or something that's harder to obtain than just waking up. If it's harder than just waking up, expect some pushback. So expect some things to fall through. Expect a lot of no's. Yeah. Expect some glitches in the system.
Yeah, we know we run into those. You're gonna run into those.
So
but with that, that's where you gotta know that it's not time to just give up and say, oh, it didn't work. I wrote it out. I set a time frame. I was sticking to the plan. I was making calls, and it didn't work. Well, then that's where that restructuring for your goal comes in. You gotta move something around. You gotta move it around.
What you gonna move around? you talking about moving around? What you gonna move around? Huh? What you gonna move around? What? You gonna move around life?
If that's what needs to be done.
That's tough.
Say you plan to get up and you do what you need to do for your goal in the morning. It's not really working out in the morning.
Okay.
But then you notice that in the evening, it's perfect timing. It's not so chaotic. You can get more done. That's a little example of a restructuring your goal. Now, people have bigger problems than that.
I was about to say.
They have bigger problems than that.
I'm about to say a lot of people can't structure their life, like that, just on the fly. They can't do that. Not everybody can do that. Just saying. They can't.
You're right. Everybody can't.
Everybody, they might have, stuff going. They might have school. Like, you can't say, oh, I can't go to school. I'm gonna switch school. I'm gonna switch to night class in the middle of the semester. Can't do that. What? You know what I mean?
Well, that's where you have to make the adjustments for your goal. Maybe it's not time to start your goal right. And when I mean postponing, it's not putting it off and I'm gonna get to it. Yeah, I said I was gonna get to it. Then you get to the end of the school year and summer's here, summer break.
Sound like life.
Then you get past summer break and you back in the school year. Oh, I'm gonna do it next month.
Sound like life.
Sound like life. But if you gotta postpone something because you said you in school, then when are your breaks? You still get those spring breaks, that winter break. You gotta plan accordingly.
Like life.
It do sound like life, but within life, don't they always say that you make time for things that you want to make time for? They always say that. For instance, you talking to your favorite person and you talk to them every day, but then you got this other person that's calling you, and how come I always call you? You don't ever call me. You don't never have time for me. And you just be like, man, I'm busy. I'll be busy. But you always answer the phone or calling this other person because you want to, because you're making time for them. You're not so busy that you can't talk to them even when you are doing something that's considered busy. That's kind of how it is with doing goals. Yeah, you're going to struggle. Yeah, you might have to postpone, but that's where that structure comes in. How long am I postponing this for? I need to set a date, whether it be a alarm on a day in my calendar. We all got phones. You can set up an alarm on a day. Get back on this goal. This is what I'm going to do. And it needs to be written out. Step 1 all the way down to 10. However many steps it takes and what you need to do to accomplish those steps. It's not easy, but it's easy enough if you keep pushing yourself to it. That's the only way you're going to achieve a goal. That's it. You can't achieve it by pushing it off or giving up on it.
So you're saying it's hard?
It's hard. Think back to when you first started walking as a child.
Well,
it wasn't easy to everybody. Walking? No.
Walking was easy.
No. Some people, it may be easy to D.Blaze, but other people struggle. Other people struggle with walking, but as a child, you never had it in your head that, okay, I fell down 5 times. I hurt myself one time really bad.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to walk. I'd rather just crawl the rest of my life and just lay down, and I'm not even going to attempt to get up anymore. No, you kept pulling yourself back up. You kept falling down. You kept scraping your chin or your elbows and your knees until you got your balance and you could walk. You never thought about, what if I can't never walk? You never thought about it. So all them fall downs you did, you was determined to walk, that you got back up. That's how you got to treat a goal in your life. No matter how many times you fall down, you got to get back up and you got to keep pushing.
So with your goals, what she's trying to say is you gotta keeping on.
Gotta keep pushing.
Hey, that's all she was trying to say. And I'm saying life is going to come into factor. and it's gonna get in the way, and you're gonna get some pushback because I can't explain it. There's something that can't be explained. It just happens.
Life happens to everybody.
It just happens.
It's gonna happen whether you want it to or not.
Deals gonna fall through. People gonna turn their back on you. People gonna shake. You gonna be like, man, what you shaking for, man? What you shaking for? And all you can do is shake your head, but and just let it roll. So, however hard or however high your goal is, set your time frame accordingly. You know, it might be a 2-year plan. It might be a 5-year plan. Like it's hard to make $1 million in 6 months. You know, you might have to adjust your time frame.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's all. So remember, setting goals is important, but setting high goals is a challenge. And if you are up for the challenge, then you, my friend, can be a winner.
And that's our show. Thanks for watching Talks with D.Blaze and Miya Janae, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Heat in my vein like vernacular. Cook up the beat with a spatula. Y'all are not ready for action. I'm smoking these rappers and feeling spectacular. Making a killing like massacre.